So what do you think of the ride so far then?
Some roads are good, some roads are shit.
And what do you think of the Spanish people?
Fortunately, I haven't had much to do with them, but the ones we met last night were good. So, yeah, I'd say pretty much like everywhere you get your good or bad. But when they don't like you, they really don't like you. And that's a fact.
Yeah, they've made their presence felt, and ours unwanted.
Yes.
So Andre, that's it. Trip is over. Give us your summary of the week, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the very big problems that we've had.
Yes, I think that the trip itself has been bloody excellent. I think it's reached more than my expectations of what it would be. The rides have been very interesting, especially the first 3 days. Once we got out of the highlands and then down into the lowlands, the side roads were okay. But it wasn't as good as the first 3 days. The first 3 days was the best riding. Really, truly, the sights that we saw, even though we couldn't stop everywhere, it just took a lot longer than we anticipated. But it's a trip I would recommend to anybody. I think it's been brilliant. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every moment of being on the bike. The fact that yes, I'd feel a little bit tired or something never ever deterred the fact that I was enjoying the ride. Getting into Malaga this morning was as bad as trying to get out of Barcelona. The people have got no idea, no concept of what they're doing on the roads. They just move as they want, and you have to watch out for them all the time. But yeah.
So have you enjoyed riding the bikes? Because they've been different for both of us.
The bikes riding was the riding of the bike and getting the function of the bike was exactly what I expected it to be. It is slightly different to the bike that I'm used to, but there's no complaints about it. It was brilliant. The bikes performed, in my mind, 150% positively good. I might not buy one, but it doesn't say I don't like it. I think it's an excellent bike.
And what are your views of the hire company?
I have to say that I don't think that they are totally upfront with the issues of what could be and what situations we're going to encounter when we get to the destination, or the manner in which and where we had to pick the bikes up. Not letting us know the full stories about what they do and what they don't do, and the fact that they've actually only got one place, and that's in Madrid, and in Barcelona it's a pokey garage, and in Malaga where we're supposed to drop off doesn't exist. So I think that says exactly what it is.
And what's your views of the Spanish people?
If I ever thought about settling in Spain, which I have considered, now that I've been here, I have to be honest and say no. Not my kind of people. I would be jumping for myself out of South Africa. I would be jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. I'd probably get locked up here. So, cheers to an excellent week.
Well, cheers for being a great companion as two guys that have never ridden together, never travelled together. It's been, you can see it on the screen. It's been a fantastic week, because it's always nervous when you're going on a trip with people you've never ridden together with, and knowing different people's riding styles and everything else. But we've worked very well. We've had a great fun and great time, and we've both ridden very safely most of the time. A few outbursts of speed here and there where it was safety, but it's been good. The trip to me has been everything I wanted it to be and has been. It's been a real good laugh. Some of the roads have been extremely technical and very testing, so even more than I expected, especially with a big heavy bike. And as I said to you from the beginning, my biggest worry was the sheer size of the bike and the weight of the bike. I wasn't used to it, and BMW is totally alien to me anyway. But it turned out I just love the bike. It's great, and if I could afford it, I would love to buy one. It just does everything. It's got great controls, it handles very well, it's very responsive, it's got a lot of low down torque and power. It's great, love it. Even on some of the twisty hairpin bends, it was no problem. Totally surprised and amazed. Good bike. As for the trip itself, fantastic. The first day getting out of Barcelona was a total nightmare. Very tiring, and it took us twice as long as we expected that whole first day. But we managed it. We've been lucky with the hotels that we found. We didn't have anything booked. We just turned up at hotels and we managed to come up trumps on every one. We managed to get secure parking with everyone and good rooms, and prices was pretty good considering where we are and everything else, so that worked out well. As for some of the Spanish people, yeah, they haven't, on occasions they've deliberately made us not welcome and made sure that we knew that we weren't welcome, which has been a shame, because it wasn't obvious that we were actually foreigners, because we're both riding motorbikes with Spanish number plates on, so it shouldn't have been that obvious. So that's been a shame in itself, and has been a bit of a black mark on this whole trip, really, the way we've been received in a lot of places. It's been good. Today's been testing again, getting here to Malaga. It was just as bad as getting out of Barcelona, as you said. It's been a real nightmare. Definitely you cannot do this trip without a GPS, even though
That's true.
even though we've had some problems with it, and sometimes it's not been working too well because of strange factors where we are, but you cannot do it without it, because it's just too dangerous trying to keep your eye on the road and on the maps and direction. It's very difficult.
Just going back quickly to the accommodation and that, which would you say has been the best place that we actually did stay in? Where did we have the most fun?
That will be the Mad. That'd be the Sun in
The Soleil
Coros.
Hotel,
Yeah, Soleil.
our
Yeah.
second night.
Yeah, absolute nutter. He was the son of the owner, and he just fell over to himself to make us really welcome. And he was so funny, and they're the biggest gin and tonics I've ever had in my life.
To start
Each
off.
gin and tonic was probably a treble. And we were a bit slow the next morning. we did suffer a little bit, but that was good. But yeah, we've been lucky with the hotels, as I say, which is one of the worries. But it's a quiet period. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, that's going to change, because the tourist season kicks in and the kids will be on holiday. Would I do it again? Most definitely. And I think the only regret is that we didn't do more in the north. And I think we overestimated what we were going to do. We should have looked at it a bit more closer, because getting from north, from the Pyrenees down to Malaga here, has been a long ride. It's been hot, it's been difficult, especially I am fed up looking at olive groves. When you drive for 200, no, maybe 300 kilometres and all you see are hills and hills and hills of olive groves, it does take the enjoyment out of it. We've tried actually driving some of these farm roads, and that was extremely testing, very narrow, very technical. That's good. Yeah, so Andre, mate, it's been a pleasure, and let's hope we can do something next year.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed it. It was good riding with you. And as you say, if we can do something next year, it'll be brilliant.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Well, we've got to go and do the Austria and Italy bit that we were supposed to have done this year, but because we couldn't get the bikes, we ended up in Spain. So
Yep.
good. So thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Good. Go on,
Good.
then.
Cheers.